swore sinew and soul to serve God and the Order of the Templar. For years you built a life upon faith, only to smite it asunder with one sinful. You were born to be. Why do the keen of you were born with quickness of body and sharpness of mind? How have you paid for these?
I mean, right now the witch looks pretty badass.
Yours is a predatory swore sinew and soul to serve God and the Order of the Templar. For years,
Solo self-found.
Only to smite it asunder with one sinful blow. And is that not the greatest folly of all? To lose faith.
Okay, I have no idea what that means.
Once the chosen of God, a Templar. You are now the chosen of Rayclast, an exile.
Borg. That's his name. Borg. What it means, I have no idea. Oh. Bort. His name's Bort. The Third. Fourth. Fourth. Dude, are you really... Alright, there we go. Destiny. Let's see if that's taken. Yep, it is. This is such a stupid name, but... Wait, let's see. Oh, this is like a real clicky kind of game.
We're the only ones that made it to shore.
I don't care what you have to say, to be honest with you.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it.
Find something you could defend yourself with. Okay. I mean, I kind of already have a wooden stick, don't I? I could have sworn.
That'll do for now. I thought I saw some smoke.
Even death gives no solace in this tortured land.
Well, then what the hell is it? Talk to the exile? I already talked to him. Skip all tutorials. I don't want to bother with this crap. I'm sure I can figure out how to loot. Yeah, this is just a weird version of Diablo. That's literally all this is. Okay. Yeah, your health potions down here, your mana potions. Default attack. Yeah, this is not my kind of game. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That simply is not my kind of game. I had a feeling I wouldn't like it once I saw what kind it was. What am I playing? It's called Path of Exile, but to be honest with you, it's kind of Path of Mid. Every game like that just it's like Warcraft or Diablo. That's pretty much it. It's like Warcraft or Diablo. It's not great. Honestly, I've been streaming for a few hours here. I think I'm done. I think I'm done playing games for the night. Yeah, dude, that game's boring as shit. That game's boring as shit. It's not a good game, to be honest with you. I don't know how people play it. I saw it the other day in the store for free, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. No, I'm gonna just honestly uninstall it. I don't even know. I knew I wasn't gonna like it. I don't even know why I bothered with it, to be honest with you. It's like, oh, okay. I gave a yeah. I mean, I could play. So, all right. So you want to see me play? I got something. Then. Give me 1 second. I got something I could play then. We'll play Prototype 2. That's a good game. That is at least a good game. I can guarantee you that one. Prototype 2 is a good game. We'll play some of that. Um, if it launches. No, it isn't going to launch, is it? No, it's not. Oh my god, dude. I don't even remember how to get it to launch. Let's see. I guess it's back to Black Ops 3. That's like my only other choice. Um, I'll extend it for a little bit. I'll play a little bit. Give me 1 second, Oasis. Oasis? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Um, all right, that's up. We're good. Okay, let me make it so you guys can actually see this now. Dude, that game was. How do people play games like that, dude? What is fun about games like that? I just don't understand it. I have never found anything redeemable or fun about like with games like that. Just absolutely nothing fun in them. At least personally, I haven't. Yeah, well, that stroke literally sucks. You might as well go up to a squirrel and watch it instead of playing that, dude. Like, those are just bad games. Like at least when it comes to like I guess Diablo, that makes a little sense to me in some way or form. It's kind of all right. But games like that, dude, it's just oh my god. You know what I mean? It's just mediocre. Mediocre man meat. Yeah, it's what I call it. Mediocre man meat. Like I'm sure there's a lot to it, but to me, like that's the basic philosophy of a gotcha game. Every time I see games like that, I'm like, oh, yep, they're getting you with something. They're getting you with something. What is it exactly? I don't know, but it's something. It's going to be something. Yes, I want to remove game capture too. Okay. Let's remove it from Path of Exile. Yeah, dude, it's not like it doesn't even look fun. All right, I'm gonna avoid a tower map for now because like those are really what's killing me at the moment. We'll play. You know what? Actually, no. We'll play Magic Tower because I do like. Here's the thing: I like tower maps, but I just want to play them with my friends, and all my friends suck, especially Doug. They all just suck, man. I feel like just tower maps are so easy to understand, Doug. I don't know. It's just straightforward. Kill the zombies as fast as you can and get to the top of it. That to me at this point. What's up, Asylum? Welcome back. We decided to skip Path of Exile because it was Path of just absolute garbage. It was literally Path of horrible. It's horrible. I've played some bad games, but oh my god. How do people play those games, dude? I don't even understand. Dude, I think I'd rather be in a permanent state of playing GTA 5. I'd rather never play a game again. Like there was a point in time and where like if I never discovered Call of Duty, dude, I don't know if or even like Need for Speed or Luigi's Mansion, games like that, and all there was games like that. I care them to see if it still existed. What do you mean asylum? Maybe I just don't understand the word that you said there. I guess I probably don't. It's just they just don't. They're just so stupid. Who who cares about that? Like who plays that game, dude? I don't really. On like the regular, I know your boy Asmongold plays this game on the or not this game, Path of Exile on the regular. I know that for sure. Dude, you know, like at least with Warcraft, you kind of get a 360 view, but like that's it. The only reason I could have ever gotten into Diablo was because me and you were both playing it. I can never play that by myself, dude. It's just something I can't, and I've been requested to. It's a game you played in 2010. See, the games like that belong in 2010. They shouldn't still be alive. If you can't upgrade your game to at least be a proper third-person view, then I don't even know if it deserves... Yeah, dude. I don't know how... I mean, you do. You play RuneScape with that camera. Is that the same thing? You can't play it in first person. All right. Well, all right. This map isn't as bad because you at least spawn in with a pack-a-punch weapon. You kind of have a chance. I was just being bad at games. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense how people could play those games on a consistent basis. It never has made any sense to me how people play games like that on a consistent basis. There's just so much better stuff to do in life than play any game like that, dude. It's like, what are you doing? That's literally what, in my head, I think to myself, either you have so much money, you don't know what to do with it anymore. Oh, dude, this guy speaks Spanish. I'm screwed. This map's in Spanish, dude. Yeah, I got everything from this table. Yeah, I do. It's a game I played. It's a game I played. It's a worldwide multiplayer like Civilization. Path of Exile seemed like a knockoff. Oh, it probably is, dude. Like, I mean, I feel like most games are some sort of knockoff of World of Warcraft to a degree. You know, like even Destiny 2, I could see where it gets Warcraft elements in it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think it just does it so much better. I just need the game to actually be somewhat quote unquote high octane, I guess you could say, for me to even find any enjoyment out of it. And I mean any. Or else it's just not enjoyable to me. There's a Panzer. We're screwed. Dude, there's 2 Panzers? What the hell are you talking about? Dude, that's so many Panzers. That's so many Panzers. Bro, what are all these Panzers doing? Why are there so many damn Panzers? Bro, screw this map. Are you kidding me? You dropped 3 Panzers on me at once? What the hell is that? What kind of shit is that? Yeah, 3 Panzers by yourself. Steam has a philosophy game. You know, there is one game I was looking at the other day on Steam that seemed interesting to me. Here, give me 1 second. Let me go to wishlist. There's actually a few on my wishlist. Luna Abyss is a game I've been waiting for a long while. Dispatch I already have on my PlayStation. No More Room in Hell looks good. Cyberverse looks good. Vane looks good. But I think it's something like Cult. Something. Here, give me 1 second. I'll be able to find it here. Here. Cult. Not Cult of the Lamb. Evil Cult, Village Cult. No, this isn't it. Cult New Ocean. Honey, I Joined a Cult. There it is. That looked interesting to me. Honey, I Joined a Cult. That looked interesting. It's $5, but it's usually $20. I thought about buying it, but I just don't have the money, man. And I know $5 isn't a lot, but it's just I have to really like ring it in. You know what I mean? There's something about Cthulhu here. The Great War, Isles of Cthulhu. There it is. MLG Tower 2. I could try that again. That actually isn't too bad. That's a good tower map because it's made by Ice Grenade. That dude makes killer ones. My stream isn't showing anything. On what? Let me check. Let me check Twitch real quick. You might need to reload it. That because I did end it and restart it. I don't know why I did that, but I did. I think it was to try and get it to work. But obviously, dude, how does this dude Hassan still even have a chance? You know, whatever. Yeah, a game where you engage in Phyllis. What's up, Tiara? How you doing? Nice to see you again. Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Twitch is working. And you use logic and reason to debate. Bro, I don't want to use logic. I have to use that with stupid people too much. But honestly, it doesn't sound too bad either, so you never know. How you doing, Tiara? How you doing, man? Welcome back. We're gonna... Alright, so we'll do a map vote. So we got 2 choices. MLG Tower, or 3. I'll give you 3, because this one I need to load a mod for. MLG Tower, Isle of Cthulhu, Return to Verruct, or Gapton's Furry Tower. What are we thinking? Not that one? Not Gapton's Furry Tower? Alright. You know what? We'll do Return to Verruct then. Thank you for all the likes, TR. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Dude, the other day I had a dude with an insane profile picture come in. I thought it was just like maybe a girl and she, like had partially blonde hair and had a slightly messed up face. I clicked on the picture and let's just say it looked like there was frosting all over him.
I don't know what this thing is, but it needs power.
And I was like, what kind of profile? How does that even not get you banned within 10 minutes, dude? That's what you want to call it, man. To me, it looked like man frosting. Yeah, it looked like spunk soda. You'd like this map, Doug. This is classic Verrucht. So now I wait for him to come back in to ask him why out of every profile picture he chose that one. That's a real gooner thing to do. It's a real gooner thing to do is choose profile pictures like that, man. The only version of COD you like is Plunder. I have never played Plunder. To be honest with you, dude, I don't even like multiplayer games like that anymore. Like PvP, I don't even like it anymore, dude. I haven't liked it in a long time, to be honest with you. I just don't care for it. Dude, this guy... Oh my god. Okay. So when he says return to Verrucht, he literally means return to Verrucht. Stakeout. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Cover me.
I thought this was just like a different version of Verrucht. No, this is the World at War map here.
I'm ready to kick wrinkly ass.
You downloaded Battle, the new Battlefield, what is it? Oh shit, PhD. You're talking about the new Battlefield, Warzone situation, Battle Royale or whatever? I heard good things about it, but like I said, like, there's a certain point where I knew I had to retire from from playing game, like online things like that, and that was a while ago. You know what I mean? So I did. I retired from that, and I don't think I'm going back to it until because every time I go in there, dude, I just get my ass whooped.
Big explosion, big success.
I like just get my cheeks clapped without a doubt, like every single time. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm getting clapped. Yeah, and see my like one of my buddies I haven't talked to in all reality, and like I'll text him, but he's the only one who I'd play that with. Doug doesn't play games like that, and I don't blame him because honestly, like I don't play games like that. I've never really liked them.
Reloading.
And my other buddy who was like really competitive in COD and all that shit for a long time, he don't even play games no more at all. So he just went out the other day, bought himself a second $900 phone, and now he's gonna have two phones at once for no reason. The thing is, I think he misses his Android phone, which I can't blame him. Android's amazing. So he went out and got himself a nothing phone. And he's like, yeah, man, I just paid out for this. I'm going to have two phones in service. Like, hell yeah, buddy, you do you. You know, I mean, he makes enough money, so screw it, why not? But, at the end, yeah, that's exactly what I have to say about it, you know, screw it. What's the matter? Oh my god. Oh, ray gun. Isn't power in here? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. See, at one point in time, I totally had something to prove. You know what I mean? But that's definitely not the case anymore. That's not the case at all anymore.
I'll drink to that.
I don't have a damn thing to prove. I don't really care about proving shit anymore, dude. I know I'm dated in those games. Like Destiny, I can do. I can do raids all day. I can do PvP or PvE all day. I find that fun. What the hell just happened there? Oh, it's dope. It's two tap, isn't it? Whatever. That's standard for Rucked. I've never really liked Rucked anyway. It's better to play games with friends and have fun. That's the only reason I still play GTA 5 with Doug. If he didn't play it, I wouldn't play it at all. To be quite honest with you, I wouldn't play it at all. I literally, possibly at most, play it once at Christmas. And other than that, I probably wouldn't play it at all. Okay, there's a map I've been wanting to play for a minute here. So we gotta load the mod for it here. Um, we're at Isle of Cthulhu. This is optional. Like I don't know if it gives you. Oh no, it still gives you perkaholics. Yeah, but it replaces the gobblegums with Black Ops 6 gobblegums, and also it does a few things here that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Error. Attempt to index nil. Okay. There we go. Let's see. What's this one even? Doesn't even tell me the name right now. Um, I was I was enjoying Borderlands, but the weapon grind pulled me out of the story. I was having fun in Borderlands, but I don't know. Like I just eventually was like, yeah, yeah, you know what? Oh, actually, I prefer this one. Eventually, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. And it's not that Borderlands is bad. That's not it at all. It's actually a very good game. This is missing a lot of stuff here. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been for honestly, in my opinion, I've been just waiting for Dispatch final two episodes to come out. Once that's out, I'm good. Yeah, no, I like it. Definitely didn't feel like oh shit, just crashed. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just play it without that mod on then, because that mod crashed the whole damn thing. It's not even worth it if that's what's gonna happen. And the thing is like I never really grinded it for weapons, and I beat the game, and then a dude came in and was like, "Hey," and then just showed me a modded gun, and it just absolutely destroyed everything. I was like, "All right, yep, hell, that sounds about right." Took you out of the immersion. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that seems to be a consistent thing. Like Borderlands 3, I felt like was a lot less of a weird grind. Borderlands 4 it's a grind, but it's a grind you want to do with your friends more than anything, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Um, yeah, I much prefer playing it with other people than by myself. I definitely say that for sure. That happens to me playing Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is all right. I haven't played one since like the Civil War one. And honestly, that was the last Assassin's Creed I can sit down and say I actually liked. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a moron. I don't know. That Assassin's Creed was actually good. Um, and I know we can all sit here and say GTA 6 is going to be so great, but I think all of us at in our hearts, we all know GTA 6 is going to be like okay. No, I really don't, Doug. I don't think it's going to be too different from what we already have. To be honest with you, I really don't see it being too different at all from what we already have. A lot of games really are just made for selling microtransactions. I feel at the end of the day, you only completed four Black Flag. I don't even remember Black Flag. Oh, that was the pirate one. I don't like pirates really, to be honest with you. No, I actually made a video about it. I made a video about how there's a good chance. Yep, I did. I did. There's a good chance that pirates were either possibly gay, or eventually they did stuff that they didn't, wouldn't do on normal land. I mean, listen, dude, you never know. At the end of the day, pirates got to do what pirates got to do. I'm not gonna shit on them for it. Romans took baths together. Yeah, but I think it's very well known. Like Spartan soldiers, they used to do, stuff with each other as well. Like, that's a well-known thing, and it's because they wanted them to be bonded more as as a military. So they would do, stuff. You know what I mean? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Um, and that's pretty much what Romans are not Spartans. Yeah, but they're European. I mean, I know about the Roman baths. Well, yeah, because Sparta was more of a militaristic. Well, not was more. It was a militaristic society. Rome was generally your begin challenge. Get 15 headshots, dude. I'm not gonna be able to do that right now. Should have gotten an M14. Yeah, I could blast him in the head 15 times, but they ain't gonna give me the headshots. I'll need to go back and do that. I didn't think. And Rome was, like like I said, pretty much a democracy in a lot of ways, at least from what I know of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Greek Empire was before the Roman Empire. Yeah, see, I don't remember 100% of all of that stuff. I just remember parts.
Make the demons tremble.
I don't know what came first. Please wait 1 round? Okay, that's nice. This death machine's badass, dude. I ain't even gonna lie.
The smell of burning demon flesh is not unknown to me.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought it was. They got credit for it, at least. I'm not sure if they're the original ones, but that's who gets the credit for all of it. One down. Damn it, dude. Come on. Those gotta count as headshots, right?
Deeply ashamed.
Oh, those don't count as headshots, I guess. There's something over here that just said kill. I got 5,000 points right now and 20 Cthulhu points.
With a single blow, I will strike down the demons.
There were earlier societies, but Rome became the largest democracy, I believe. Yeah, see, I need to do like research into that to really know myself. I only know so much about that time. I mean, the Roman Empire was definitely, one of the best empires ever, but then the crumble of Rome happened out there as well, so obviously it was only so good. Oh, LMG! Dude, what is that? Bro. A ray gun Winter's Howl dual wield? Oh, that's badass. That's badass right there. This map is cool, man. Unfortunately, Roman's empire ended the same as most do. Corruption took power. I thought it was also they got super lazy about everything too, and then they just kind of were easily invadable. Bro, I'm not going down again. Just to get some damn headshots. I guess I am going down again to get some damn headshots. Man, that's bullshit. That's my first time playing this map. We'll do a little restart. I'm not gonna do slash map restart. I think it's too complicated for that. Um, Here, let me look that up real quick. What was the fall of the Roman Empire? I want to just confirm this. Um, the reason it fell exactly, just to see if it'll give me a decent answer. Because I know a part of it was corruption, part of it was laziness. And that's what happens when you get too comfortable. You get invaded. Didn't they fall to Caesar? Douglas would know about pretty much nothing in history. No, it didn't fall to Caesar. Who did it fall to? Um, There isn't one single reason. Instead, historians agree that the fall of Western Roman Empire is in 476 AD was complex process caused by a combination of interconnected problems that weakened the empire over a long period. It's also important to note that only the western half of the empire, with its capital in Italy, fell. The Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, continued to thrive for another 1,000 years. Okay. Here are the main factors that contributed to the fall: military weakness and barbarian invasion. Okay. Political instability and corruption, economic collapse, social and cultural problems. Um, okay, so let's see. They were the first empire to embrace the Catholic Church. I'll need to make sure that I'll double check on that one just to see, because I thought Caesar was, or Alexander the Great. I could be wrong. I thought that was the Kingdom of Jerusalem. External pressure waves of migrating peoples such as the Goths, Vandals, and Huns put immense pressure on the empire's frontiers. The Huns pushing from the east notably forced the Goths to seek refuge inside the empire in 376 AD. Sack of Rome. The empire's inability to manage these groups led to key military disasters. The Visigoths famously sacked the city of Rome in 410 AD, and Vandals did it again in 455 AD. These events were psychologically devastating and showed the world that Rome was no longer untouchable. The Roman Empire, or the Roman army itself, changed. It became heavily reliant on non-Rome mercenaries. That's not good. Often from the same Germanic tribes they were fighting to fill its ranks. These soldiers were loyal to their paycheck or the individual general, not the idea of Rome leading to a less reliable and often rebellious army. Okay. The Roman leadership was in constant turmoil, especially after the 3rd century. Constant civil war, the process of choosing a new emperor was never stable. That led to frequent and bloody civil wars as ambitious generals marched their armies on Rome to seize power. In one 75-year period during the 3rd century, there were more than 20 different emperors, most of whom were assassinated. Division of the empire. In 285 AD, Emperor Diocletian split the empire into two halves, west and east, to make it easier to govern. While practical at first, this eventually led to the two halves drifting apart. After competing for resources and military aid instead of helping each other. Or often, my bad, not after. Ineffective leadership. A long string of weak, incompetent, or child emperors in the 5th century meant that the state was often run by generals or court officials who had their own agendas. Well, yeah, a child's not going to be able to really run Rome. The empire was crumbling from inside due to severe financial problems, crushing taxes, sounds like today, to pay for its massive army and bureaucracy. The government imposed incredibly high taxes, which crippled small farmers and merchants. I really wonder what their tax percentage was. Inflation. To cover its expenses, emperors often debased the currency, mixing less valuable metals into gold and silver coins. This made the money worthless and led to a runaway inflation. That sounds about right. I mean, right now we're not even our money isn't even based off gold. It's based off the petrodollar. So as long as we have oil, we're good. But I never thought that was a good idea. Decline in trade. Constant warfare and unsafe roads disrupted the trade routes that were the lifeblood of the empire's economy. Yep. Reliance on slave labor. The Roman Empire was based on slave labor for from conquered lands. When the empire stopped expanding, the supply of new slaves dried up, leading to a labor shortage. All right. Now let me do this real quick before we continue. Rome. Rome's tax percent. I'm just curious. Standard of 22% minimum, and then there was a 5% tax on top of that, and then a 4% tax on top of that. Give me 1 second. So their tax wasn't actually even that horrible. It's not even as bad as the U.S.'s. What I just told you before was actually wrong. That's current day. So their customs tax is between 2.5 to 12%, and then their sales tax was between 0.5% and 4%. The taxes aren't even that bad. I mean, I'm not really seeing any like crushing taxes that they got, to be honest with you. Like that's basic taxes today. The very fabric of the Roman, which might be a bad thing. Taxes were a different animal during that time. That's true as well. Erosion of Roman values. Some historians argue that traditional Roman values of civic duty, discipline, public service decline, replaced by corruption and self-interest. And then population decline was another thing. Centuries of plagues and warfare decimated. I went back to Warframe until Destiny 2 Renegades drops. Also, after I finish the expansion and season, I'm done. Also got Savagoth Prime, and hell yeah, buddy, good stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, so the rise of you're right. The rise of Christianity made Romans less likely. They didn't want to follow their emperor because they no longer saw the emperor and the empire as a god. And that culture shift made it so because they believed in an actual proper afterlife that probably wasn't based off warfare. What was their original religion? Because I mean, part of the Bible, I'm pretty sure, says that you're supposed to fight for your country. That's um, no. From what I'm seeing, it was originally Jewish. Yeah, let me make sure here. Let me just double check because this is interesting. But here's the last sentence of this little thing. Ultimately, these factors created a vicious cycle. Military pressures required more money, which led to higher taxes and inflation. This in turn weakened the economy and angered the population, making it harder to recruit loyal soldiers and leading to more political instability. By 476 AD, when the Gemeric general Odoacer deposed the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus. I'm sorry, these names are insane. The Western Roman Empire was already a hollow shell of itself, and we know that East Rome was still part of was still alive until 1,000 years afterwards. So it seemed like Western Rome was just the weaker part of it. The world still had multiple gods when it started. I mean, Judaism was around for quite some time. So, so they okay, yeah. So it was Judaism, but it was also the Roman pantheon, which it sounded right to me, but there was also like I knew Judaism was around for a long time before that as well. Yeah, that's why half our planets are named Jupiter, Juno, Mars, Venus, Neptune, Vulcan, Mercury, Diana. My stream literally timed out on TikTok. I hate that it does that. Just let me stream, dude, for the love of God. Bro, you can connect. Stop trying to act like you can't. You're being a real little jerk right now. Was deeply intertwined with the state. Okay. Yeah, Asylum. Literally, what happened, and I didn't even realize it, is the stream cut itself out because of quote unquote inactivity. I have it back up now. It does it all the time to me, dude. I hate that TikTok does that. I'm sorry. I hate that it does that, man. It does it to me all of the time. And the thing is I'd leave the notifications on, but it notifies me every 5 seconds about stuff that does not matter. And it's just constantly ringing in my ear. And half the time, like the amount of time it's gotten me killed while I was like raiding or something is ridiculous. So I disabled it. But yeah, no, I mean, so it was originally the Roman gods. It was also Judaism. And then Christianity started to take over in the entire Western and Eastern Rome. But Eastern Rome lasted much longer than Western, 1,000 years after. Yeah, no, I thought that would be something, dude. No, it said I got a violation. It did tell me I got a violation, but the violation was that I just was inactive. That's what it was, and I made sure of that. That would have been ridiculous, though, if they shut me down for talking about Rome. I feel like Rome isn't a very, like, what is it? Splitting ideology or anything. It's not like I'm saying anything good nor bad about Rome. I'm just looking stuff up about Rome. They even had other gods besides just the Roman gods. And just besides the Jewish gods as well. Here, let me see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, like Laris. Laris, the spirits protected the family and the household. Janu's two-faced god of doorways, beginning and endings. And then they also saw their emperor as a god too, which is the whole point of why they stopped trying to defend Rome. Yeah. No, they probably didn't do that either. If they did, then that'd be a different situation. But most religions back in the day were pretty much based off of just conquering, and Christianity is one where you're supposed to defend your country from aggressors and support your country. But when your emperor tells you that he is God, that's when the problems start. Especially when you're in a religion, that's when the problems start for you, because it's like, you're not a god. What are you talking about? You're just the ruler here. And, that's just what it is. That's what I'm getting from all of this, to be quite honest with you. Mars was the god of war, Ares. But yeah, I mean, Rome was an interesting thing. But it was a lot more than just Christianity. There was a lot in there. There's corruption, there's barbarianism, the fact that they decide that the country itself and the emperors just kept on killing each other. I mean, like, Christianity was definitely part of it because, like I said, emperors wanted you to view him as a god at that point of time, and if you're a Christian, you're not going to believe that they're a god. Caesar was taken out because the couple of them were worried that he was making himself an empire. Caesar was something else, dude. Julius Caesar. Um, so he became the dictator of Rome in 49 BC and was later named dictator for life. He was successful. He was a successful general who conquered the vast region of Gaul between 58 BC and 50 BC. His actions, including his conquest of Gaul and the defeat of his rivals in civil war, paved the way for the end of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire. So he was part of why they rose. A couple worried about their status. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, honestly, he was a big part of why Rome rose. He probably has a lot less to do with it. Why it fell. From everything I can tell here, religion has a part to do with it, but it seems like in general, Roman values were eroding for a long time. They were letting a lot of people just randomly kind of come in who wouldn't and refuse to assimilate to society, which, I mean, you could probably see that in countries today. I'm sure if you look at countries today, you could find things like that yourself if you really looked. And the fact that people weren't going to fight in the military because, like I said, an emperor, they see themselves as a god and they want to be worshipped as a god, even because in their mind, the Roman gods chose them to be emperor, even though they killed each other 50 times and that new emperor wants to be quote-unquote god again, which is probably why they ended up going to Christianity. In reality, if you really think about it, it just makes sense. You know, our emperors have all claimed that they're God 67 times at this point, and in this single year, 20 emperors rose and fell. I don't think they're God. There might be this one dude who's we've heard has actually died and come back. Sounds like he could be it. You know what I mean? So that it makes sense why they'd give up on the whole emperor thing, but what doesn't make sense to me is the fact that they just purely decided to give up on their country in general. Because if they actually fully followed here, let me make sure. I mean, even there's a lot of things that a lot of people misinterpret in the Bible from even today, from many years ago. Like Roman soldiers were only allowed to make slaves and people like that walk, I believe it's a mile or 5 miles, and forcibly carry their baggage. But in the Bible, Jesus said, no, we'll take you all the way. And it was exactly like 2 miles over that limit, which would get the soldiers in deep trouble, possibly taking their rank away from them fully. So there's a lot of things that even today people don't follow completely. All right, so yes, you're supposed to be a good citizen, obey laws, pay taxes, pray for your leaders, be a good and peaceful neighbor. And then when the apostles were arrested and ordered by the authorities to stop preaching about Jesus, the leader Peter replied, "We must obey God rather than men." So there are like extensions to that, of course. Like be good to your country and obey the law, and be good to your neighbor. But if the law tells you not to pray to your God, then you don't listen. You obey what God's word is, not what man's word is. You think Constantine declared that Rome was a Christian empire? I can look that up. I'm sure it was just moving around the place in general at that point. It seems like something that would easily move, without a doubt. You know, like I said, it seems like one of those things that would end up moving. So he legalized in 313 AD, him and his co-anchor, Edict of Milan. it was actually illegal, and people and followers were brutally prosecuted, which is what I remember from the stories. He did not declare Christianity as the official religion of the Roman Empire, but he did make it so you could freely pray to your religion. So he legalized religious tolerance in 313 AD. Before they would kill you and behead you for it. So he ended the prosecution of being killed for Christianity. It was Theodosius the First who made it the empire's official religion. Yeah, no, it was Theodosius the First who did. All right. We can still talk Rome, but I'm going to actually play the game a bit here. Just a little bit. Let's see, what else do we got here? That map's badass, but dude, I really want to play these maps with my good buddies. I really would. I really would. Man. We'll do Delta Township. It looks like a simple map, straightforward. Like, I have great friends, but we need to get you a PC, Paul. That's what we need to do. We need to get Paul PC, Doug. Maybe I'll save up all year to get you a decent looking PC. And we'll set you up with a Steam. We'll set you up with a Steam. And then, you'll play Call of Duty Custom Zombies with me. It doesn't matter if you're good. I don't care, Paul. Paul, I don't care if you're good. I just want to play with someone. Doug's shit. He's horrible at zombies. You think he's good? Come on. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the Christianity, he just made it legalized. I mean, for obvious reasons, because it's not good to kill people because of their religious beliefs. I don't know if I like this map anymore. This seems way too simple. We'll see what the box has. How about that? We'll see what the box has. This is a Doug map right here. This is what I call a Doug map. He would love this one. But yeah, no, he just made it legalized so you could pray to the. Oh my God, Wonder Waff DG4 or DG2, my bad. DG4 is upgrade one. He just made it legal so you could pray and to Jesus and all that. I mean, it was only a matter of time anyway. You know what I mean? It was only a matter of time eventually. But generally, for the most part, the main religion was the Roman pantheon that we all know of, and Judaism. And later on, Christianity took storm. Which then only weakened it because of the fact that emperors wanted to be treated as gods. Instead of God being prayed to, they wanted to be prayed to as well. Which it does say pray to your leaders, but don't... Or pray for your leaders, not pray to your leaders. You know what I mean? I think there's quite a difference in that.
Gotta keep an eye on that ammo.
The Roman Empire was definitely interesting, though. It was one of those things, man. I think that there are people who don't fully understand context in a lot of religions. like Christianity isn't necessarily a religion of peace. It's a religion of revolution.
We'll kill them all and reap the reward.
And what people today would see as, they don't put it in historical context. What people don't realize today is a lot of the stuff like Jesus was a great person. He was a great man, great God, all of that. But what they don't understand is that a lot of what he did was outsmarting the Romans themselves. So he was outsmarting them with their own rules, and using their naivety and their own rules against them. I could talk about other religions, but I'm not going to. But yeah, that's pretty much that. That's that. I think a lot of people just like I said, they don't put things into context historically. And because they don't know that, and they don't do that, they don't know the full religious concept of it. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. You know, obviously, you know, I'm a Christian, and I've made that well known. And I'm not going to fight you about that. You know, you can have your beliefs at the end of the day. I'm not going to kill you or scream at you about it. You know, I'm not going to sit. It's not my duty to sit here and change your mind unless you want it to be changed. And also, I'm not this isn't a religious stream. You know what I mean? So, I mean, one of the things that really interests me, and has interested me for a while, pretty much all my life, is how the hell was Genghis Khan able to do what he was doing, well, and the rest of the countries just not do anything about it? I mean, China literally built a wall to keep out the Mongolians, dude. How was he able to get away with that crap for so long? You know what I mean? Why did they just not take him down? Is this another door? No, there's a perk. Okay, no, Jug's back here. All right. Yeah, I understand. Oh, what's this? Why is it 0 points? I don't want that, to be honest, but it's 0 points. Oh my god, oh my god! Okay, we're good. I understand, I mean, like, if you listen to any of the stories, they say he was born with a... Turn on power, there we go, holy crap. He was born with a black heart in his hand. You know, I'd be terrified of that story, too. I'd be like, are you serious? Are you telling me this guy was born with a heart in his hand? Whose heart was it? Where did it develop, and why was it in his hand to begin with? I mean, we still don't even know where he was buried to this day, and from my knowledge, at least from what I've heard, and I'm not going to say it's 100% correct, I mean, I took ancient Chinese history in college, so I know a good amount about China and all that, before communism, of course, and actually during communism, but that's a whole other story. The people who buried him then killed themselves, like killed each other, just so the word could never get out. That's how much they respected this man. Either that or feared that he would come back from the afterlife to get him. Could you imagine that? A lot of cultures thought he was supernatural, which makes sense. His brutality and reputation won him a lot of those battles. That's why if you look at most people's DNA, they have a little bit of him in there. They have a little bit of that Mongolian emperor inside of them. Just a little bit, dude. He was brutal. He did not care, and he did not care who. At the end of the day, anyone could get that smoke. Anyone get that smoke, and if you don't want the smoke, too bad. You're getting it anyway. Does the fire still hurt me? Okay, yeah, it does. The whole point of PhD is for none of that stuff to hurt you anymore, by the way. Which always surprises me whenever I'm in a game and they make it so PhD can still kind of hurt you. It's like, what's the point of that then? What is the point of that at all? That's not PhD. That's fake. That's fake HD, man. That's fake as hell. All right, sounds good, buddy. You love you too. You have yourself a good night, man. Um, all right, we'll do one more game here. We'll do one more game here. This will be my last game for the night. Hell Unleash Impossible. No, I know. People would abandon their homes and land out of fear. Um, yeah, no, he didn't care about his people. He didn't care about anyone, man. Like that was his whole thing. He did not care about anyone. This is called Richtofen's interdimensional rock den, if you get what I mean. There's a big crack in the pavement over there. But yeah, his rock den. You get what I'm picking. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh wait, I played this one yesterday and it sucked. We're not going to do this one. Really hard to get an idea of that person from that time. I mean, in all honesty, if you really think about it, he's sure he wasn't he didn't go after specific groups of people, but you could let me see. Probably as bad as Stalin, Mao, or the Big H, if you know what I mean. Here, let me see how many deaths he did. Let me see how many people he killed. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. What's the guesstimate of how many people he killed? Because it's ridiculous, dude. I guarantee that. He invaded most of Asia. I'm not sure if he. Okay, so it could be a minimum. It could be like 60 million or higher. You believe it was more complicated? I don't know how complicated it is. You're just. I mean, he killed the entirety of. He killed the entire population of a Persian city of Nishapur. Not just him by himself, but his army. They massacred him after the husband of Genghis Khan's daughter was killed. I mean, he killed a lot of people. Like here. Let me see. Let me see if it's more than Mao. I mean, we all know that these guys are at least getting a nuke in Call of Duty, am I right? Okay, so for Mao, it's about 80 million. So he killed more people. I mean, literally how his revolution went is he did the long march around, which I remember because like I said, I took ancient Chinese history. He did the long march around China, and then he killed a bunch of those people during the long march. Like right after they did it, anyone he thought might possibly be even like the slightest bit of getting in his way, because really he wanted to be the emperor of China, not the leader. He just killed. So they're all about kind of even in that aspect. Then I mean, really, I wonder how many. What's the kill count in the Roman Empire? I guess, and wonder what emperor was it most. Probably Caesar. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. What's up, buddy? Who's a boy? All right. War was also a different animal back then. Yeah. Well, for Mao Zedong, I mean, he was at war with his own country. He was at war with the nationalists and the warlords during that time, and really Russia came in and did it. So Russian was the one who like kind of instilled communism into him. So Stalin killed all the way up to 126 million people during the communist revolution. Um, that's a lot. Who, Mao Zedong? His bio, like I said, so I had to study Mao Zedong a lot. Oh, Genghis Khan. Yeah, when he was 9, his father was poisoned, was held captive by his former supporters. He later escaped, killed his half brother, and began gathering supporters and manpower in his teenage. I remember that part. I remember that part about him. But yeah, Stalin killed. Okay, so let me see this because I'm just curious. Well, yeah, Genghis Khan is. I mean, his DNA is almost in everyone to a degree. He's one of the most interesting people in history, but he was an absolute disgusting human. Like that's there's no doubt about that. That's why I make comparisons as I do. Um. Okay, dude, that's not the total. So Adolf's was about the same as Mao's. They both killed about the same amount of people in totality. I think. Let me just double confirm this because I'm not sure if they're putting the entirety of the Axis powers on his kill count there. Okay, 6 million Jewish people, 3.3 million Soviet prisoners of war, 1.8 million non-Jewish people, up to a million civilians, 310,000 Serb civilians, 250,000 Roma, and 300,000 people with disabilities. Um, Beyond the murders, okay. So about yeah, it's about the same as almost the same, less than Mao's, but about the same as Mao's, which I find interesting. Well, yeah, no, I mean, like I said, the reason Mao Zedong even came up to power, and the reason I know this is because I still remember the paper I wrote. It was a 10-page paper about it. Is he never actually he saw communism as a way to gain eternal power for life, which worked for him, obviously. Um, so he got a lot of people who wanted change in China. He got a lot of people who wanted change in China and not to be run by warlords anymore, not to be run by nationalists. Um, and China was pretty much split up after the empire kind of cracked and crumbled. And all of those people did the Long March when Japan came in for the Shongshan incident or something like that. Japan pretty much came in and destroyed a large population of China, and he did a long march around the entirety of China. Came back after everyone was pretty much already killed. So pretty much like if you're playing Fortnite or whatever, because this is the biggest comparison I can make it to. He pretty much just stayed at the side of the bubble, just barely, just at the side of the bubble to make sure no one could find him, let everyone destroy each other, and then come in and wipe him out at the end. Um, and then he sent all the nationalists to Taiwan, said Taiwan is not a part of China. This is where you're going to have to be. I'm just saying this is what happened. All right. So Taiwan was not a part of China. That's where the nationalists are going. He sent Japan packing and going home. He created the Chinese Communist or Chinese People's Communist Party, and that was that.
A most unfortunate turn of events. The death of the German is regrettable. I fear the path ahead may be more treacherous than before.
Was that his people worshipped? His people worshipped him. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They did. They did. And there's obviously. Oh my God, this map looks too badass to play by myself. There's obviously reasons why stuff like that happens, right? Um, in my opinion, how I think about it is, well, this eventually happened because, well, there wasn't really a choice. Either bow on your knees and worship the emperor, or we'll force you on your knees and take away your head. That's how I've always seen that situation there. Spent a lot of time learning about ancient cultures because it's interesting. No, I mean that's understandable and respectable. You need to learn about history because if you don't, then that's no good, to be honest with you. That harms you more than anything, not learning any history at all. Because we're eventually bound to repeat stuff, you know. I mean, it's kind of like, which always surprises me when people think that the communist revolution was a good thing. Because if you look at the reality of it, it never was, and people just want to put a rose-colored glasses on something that was horrendous for so many people. Um, and that's not even me, you know. That's not even my opinion. That's just the raw facts of it. You know what I mean? It with China, it's a little bit of a different situation, and the only reason it's a different situation is because if the U.S. stops getting anything produced there, they won't really have too many other people to get. Like I think they went to other countries for production purposes to see if they wanted to get more stuff produced there, and they just said no. So they really rely heavily on the U.S. dollar to buy goods from there. Oh, the box is over there. I have this M14, so I'm not really. This is like really, really old looking, dude. This is. Where's the zombie? Dude, I wish. Like, I don't see the zombie anywhere. I hear him. Alright, this is what I'm going to do then. No, is that not it? Oh, wow, there he is. Took your time, buddy.
My
Holy crap.
dreams are haunted by spirits. I fear they are not those of my ancestors.
I mean, even feudal Japan is extremely interesting to me. Feudal Japan is extremely interesting to me, you know what I mean? It's one of those things that like to see Japan go from an extremely insane, like a very small group on an island, you know? It probably population dense still, you know what I mean? To that was pretty much all based around wars. To what it is today is just insane. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's more of like it's an insane of how did they go from you know the rising sun to anime girls, which honestly, like, I'm not gonna say I don't like anime. I think everyone likes anime girls. But I think you're picking up what I'm putting down, what I mean there, you know. And this isn't me trying to offend anyone in Japan. It's just crazy.
Ashes to ashes.
Give me 1 second. Oh. Oh, so I wasn't in the... One obvious thing that comes up often is that starving, desperate people will give more dedication to the person that improves their lives. That's never changed throughout history. Loyalty based on fear is limited. Uh... I mean, what can you do if you have no option but to fear? You know, there's a few situations in where if you take everyone's weapons away from them, you take all of their way to defend themselves, and the only people that have the weapons is the government, you have no choice but to live in fear. Because you can't really go against that government anymore. You have nothing but maybe a butter knife to go against them. So what exactly do you have to face them? Which I know exactly, like, people make the argument, well, they have airplanes and missiles and all this stuff, which is a good point. But a firearm is still a firearm in at least somewhat of a way, you know what I mean? Like in China, you don't have that. In modern day Russia you do, but in socialist Russia you didn't have that at all. They took all the weapons away. Cuba you didn't have that. There's like so many situations in where you didn't have that at all. This literally is just a World War II remake of a map. This is a World at War, my bad. What a Brett.
Even the demons use your technology, German.
Dude, how the hell was I supposed to do anything against that guy?
Wisdom. Perhaps one day you may be worthy.
I can't escape, I can't escape, I can't escape.
Blessings from the spirits.
Jeez. A person that loves you would take a bullet for you. A person that fears you won't do that. Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, I agree to that to some point. Some point, definitely. You know what I mean? I think we can all agree that most governments in general won't do that for you. There are people who will. There are people who will. In government, even today. Who will do that. But you can't say that about everyone. I guarantee you there's plenty in any government that wouldn't do that. Any government. I can't even get Jug right now, dude. I don't have a good weapon. Bro, give me something. Give me okay, that'll work. That'll work. About Japan, you don't think they're worried about what people think of them? Well, I don't think they did. They like, yeah, and that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. It's not really what people think about them. It's not me asking that. It's more of just the evolution they went through as like a country, going from like I said, from like pure militaristic in a lot of ways. I didn't even know I had to enter this church with zombie blood. Oh, dude, I'm getting that. I'm getting that 100%. Did it really just kick me out? It did. Shit. Dude, this is a horrible death machine. I just want to point that out right now.
The path of the virtuous brings many rewards.
Okay. It's gonna be stomping right here. Shit. I missed that foot. I didn't know it was right there. Wait, so what does it want us to do? Watch for glowing underneath. What? Buy for 1,500. Dude, we need Jug. We need Jug. Okay, good. We could grab Jug and we can grab... Because we're bound to get another Panzer, dude. I can feel it in the loins. We're bound to get it. Dude, I'm about to pee my pants. Okay, that does nothing.
None shall rise to challenge Tokyo.
Okay, a Magnum will have to do.
Destroy this box. That is called a reverse.
I will say I do like this map so far.
Many of them. Not enough.
Okay.
How dare you share the same air as Tokyo?
We're good. Barely made it in, but we're good. Missing parts required. Okay, so that's Pack Punch. Dope. Okay. So this is showing us the map. There's a question mark there, question mark there, question mark there. I believe this is where you probably build a staff. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm about to literally get my fucking pants. I'm sorry. Nope. Pause. All right, I'm back. Oh my god, dude, you don't even know how relieved I am about that one. Ooh, I just realized that this said I was still playing Path of Exile, so let me change that. All right. So it's nice that I know this is Pack-a-Punch, but missing parts. So we got to find more parts. All right. Interesting.
I am returned to the battlefield once more.
All right, we need to get rid of this Magnum. It isn't going to do anything for us. Bro, really?
Under curtain of lead and doom.
Dude, why are all these weapons so horrible? Oh my god. Dude. All those weapons suck. I don't want to replay this map. All right. I got one more in me. We'll do this one. Just see what happens. Seeing significant price drops on AMD 9000 series GPUs. Dude, I honestly, like, I'm considering just getting an all AMD build. I'm highly considering it. We've walked into don't grab time warp, don't use fast restart. Why would I not grab time warp? Dude, if it crashes my game, that sounds like a bad programmer's problem. That doesn't sound like a me problem.
Protocol 13255 received. Performing integrity check. Awaiting launch initiation.
Alright, well, I just won't use slash map restart. That's stupid. Why would I? That's so dumb. Why would you not be able to do like the two core things in this game that makes life easier for you? But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I'm thinking about going to a completely all AMD build. The only thing keeping me back is quite literally NVIDIA Broadcast, which makes it so my mic doesn't pick up everything in the background. But AMD has their own noise canceling software, which is pretty damn good if I'm being honest. I'll just need to confirm it. I know Xbox uses it, and Xbox's noise canceling is actually really good, which a lot of people don't even know that. When I played on, I'll play it one more time. When I was playing on my Xbox Series X, which I probably will in 2 days from now, I'll probably download Black Ops 7 tonight because I want to at least try the zombies. You know what I mean? See what it's about. I have Game Pass still. I might as well. And then I'm probably going to cancel it because that's ridiculous price what they put it at for a year. All right, let's read this side right now, just to confirm. Don't grab time warps, don't use fast restart and map rotate. Oh, fast restart.
Security Protocol 13255 received. Performing integrity check. Awaiting launch initiation.
Dude, if you couldn't make like, you should have just taken it out of the game then. If you couldn't make the time warps work, you should have just taken it out of the game. Like I said, that just sounds like really bad, piss poor programming on the devs' part here. Yeah, this tower isn't even good. The zombies don't despawn. Their skins are just. How's it going there, Golden Surf? Seraph? Alright, I guess we'll try this one, dude. This will actually be my last one. I was trying to only get to like 2:30, so. What the hell's this? Oh shit, I'm a baddie. Whew. Okay, there's a weapon on the wall. Dude, what the heck is this guy here for? Okay, what is this? What is this? What is this? Who's watching from above, dude? Need to turn on power for that? Okay. Yep, that's something. Alright, man. I think I've had enough. I've had enough. These are some maps that I need to try with buddies. These are some maps I really need to try with my good buddy here who hasn't talked to me. For what reason, I don't know. What up, Bruce? How's it going, man? Alright, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for talking. Thank you for having a tremendous night. You all have yourself a great day, night, and or evening, you beautiful people. And good luck on the job there, Asylum. I hope you do